Welcome to the Manuchehri Show, where energy and medicine meet. I will be your host for the next hour. I have over 19 years of healthcare experience and began my career as an energy medicine practitioner while working as an oncology nurse at a Seattle area hospital. My skill in moving energy combined with my medical background have been a catalyst for change in many people's lives. I hope the next hour will be transformative for you as well. Good morning and welcome to the Manuchehri Show. We're live here in maybe it'll be sunny later this afternoon, Seattle.
Just trying to peek through.
Yeah, because I want to go back to Mulbach's. I went this weekend. I went twice.
You were safe though. 6 feet, right?
Of course.
Just making sure.
Mulbach's is very picky. In fact, they just got rid of. You don't have to have an appointment to go into the nursery, which was lovely. It's a Seattle area nursery, about 10 minutes from my house. And you can bring your dogs again because you couldn't bring your dogs either. So Charles got to be loved and he jumped on everyone and, and I planted about 60 primroses and tulips.
Wow.
It was very fun. They're starting to peak up now. They're starting to
They're trying to wake up?
Yeah, they're starting to wake up because it's kind of cold when I put them in. Then the ground was definitely soaking wet.
Yeah, they're like,
yeah, they're
it's so
yawning.
warm out here.
No, really.
Look at
When I
this.
was pulling out of the driveway, I said something to Courtney. I go, "Oh, the flowers are starting to, peak up a little bit, perk up." So
Perk up, wake up.
I want to go get some more now. I'm like, I have two other front flower beds in the front yard that could use some pops of color. But something is starting to eat some of the primroses. I don't know if it's slugs or rabbits. I think I need to get up at 4:00 in the morning and go step outside with a headlamp and see what's nibbling on my plants.
Right, possible. You just set up maybe up a little camera, a little motion sensor on there.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not that technical.
Well, no, you could just get a ring. Do you have a ring?
Yeah, I have a ring.
Okay, then just turn it around.
Yeah.
and face it towards
That's
whatever,
true, I could.
and then have it just notify. I think that's a brilliant idea. I mean, everyone's watching your door anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But turn that little bad boy
Yeah,
around.
I could just expand.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I have that expansion thing, which I close because every time a car drives by my house, I get alert, right? So
right.
yeah. So I could do that. Yeah, but I got to find out because I don't like to kill slugs. I think they're very cute, so I don't kill them. But I could be putting little fences around the plants if it's rabbits. I don't know what it is.
There was like a
nibbling?
commercial or a Saturday Night Live skit, like a pet slug, like Sluggy.
I think they're very cute, and I'm sure that they are a powerful part of our ecosystem. So I don't want to kill them. Yeah,
Right.
I don't know what they do besides eat things that I want.
So the power of the show and the power of airways, since you were talking about animals, you let me know when you first came in that apparently one of our listeners from Toronto, a listener and a client of yours, has named their cat after
their
me.
orange kitty.
Yeah. So I didn't know there's this is amazing. I feel like this person should send in a photo and we'll do a side-by-side and see if Benny the cat is really look like Benny the jock, the DJ. Right?
Great. Well, hopefully she's listening and she will do that. Yes. Okay. Yeah,
all right.
That is cool.
So if you're just tuning in, it's the Marie Manuchehri Show. 877-825-8828 is the number here. Get it in, and we have full lines already, Marie.
Yay. I'm so excited. I'm thrilled.
Yeah. So we'll take Danielle calling in from the Bay Area. Hi, Danielle.
Hi there. Thanks for taking my call.
Of course, Danielle. What can I do for you? And how's San Francisco?
It's sunny today. There's a little fog leaving, but it's been
always
really beautiful.
is it ever not foggy there?
In the city, it's foggy, but the extended Bay Area is gorgeous.
Oh, okay. Because whenever I've driven in to have dinner or whatnot, it's foggy.
Yes. Once you hit the Golden Gate Bridge, it's a completely different
yeah. And it's kind of moist. That foggy energy is really moist. Yeah, but there's some beautiful restaurants there, so you have to go in and eat dinner,
Yes. It's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous. What can I do for you?
So I was recently diagnosed with lichen sclerosis. Are you aware of that?
I know what sclerosis is, but not that particular.
Okay. It's a skin condition.
Oh, okay. Yes. Now I know what it is. Yes.
Yes. And I just wanted to see if you could give me a little reading. I've been doing a ton of work on my physical body and emotional, energetic body for years. And this is kind of like a new thing that's just popped up.
Yeah.
The symptoms aren't terrible. There's lots of doomsday about how bad they can get. But so far, it's really minimal.
So since this is a skin, disorder, did they do a biopsy? Is that one of the ways they diagnose it?
They just did a biopsy.
Okay.
I haven't gotten the results back.
Good.
The doctor did say by looking at it, she she could make a pretty clear diagnosis, but I am waiting for the results.
Yeah, because one of the things about autoimmune disorders is unless they can do something definitive, like unless they can, like for MS, if they can't find tumors in the spine or in the brain, then I'm always like, I've had scores of clients who went off of significant medication who probably didn't have MS. Or healed themselves and they didn't have tumors, or even a few of them who did have some tumors went off medication and are doing great. So yes, I don't want you to even say you have that disease until the biopsy comes back positive.
Okay.
And let's say that if the biopsy is a low grade, then let's also not say this, because when we look at autoimmune diseases, I mean, you and your doctor can have whatever conversation you want, but for you, I don't want you to step in that arena, right? Because autoimmune diseases typically pop up for people when they are emotionally distraught. So a lot of things could be going on in your life over this last year or two that have been emotionally trying for you. Is that true?
I have a lot of childhood trauma that I am processing and working through. But
so that would be a yes.
My current life are going well.
So that would be, because if you're working through historical stuff that you hadn't been working through previously, that can be pretty intense. The reason why I'm talking to you in this way specifically, I might say something different to someone else, honestly, is because I drew out your energy, and the 7th chakra governs all the skin in the body. And you have tons of energy moving into your crown chakra, and you don't have telltale signs of skin or neurological issues that I would see in the 7th vortex. So I'm very hesitant for you to accept this diagnosis, which is good. That's a good thing. So what I want you to start doing is I want you to begin, and this is, you could look at it any way you want to.
Okay.
I would love for you to start feeling that the universe are your parents.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Not your parents, but your parents are not your parents. They're souls. They're beings. They came into your life for whatever interesting reason. That would be any of your relatives, clearly.
Yeah.
But I want you to start to think, maybe your mother is the moon and maybe your dad is the sun or Mars or Jupiter or some galaxy. I want you to start to feel a connection to the universe or the divine that feels very parental and comforting and safe. I want you to start to do that because that's going to positively affect your skin. The 7th chakra takes an energy from the divine. And and you're tough, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, like, you're strong, you're independent. You're kind of fiercely independent. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, I kind of fall into that category. I've injured myself a few times because I don't ask for help. you know, like
kind of can lose track of my vulnerability sometimes.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think it's a great character for women, but we also need to be balanced. You know, right? So you need to let someone help you, and because you're not the best at the human realm, letting them in, I want you to let more of the angelic, universal. I want you to work on that because it'll make it easier for you to allow more humans in your life too. And I just don't think you need to worry about your skin at all.
Okay.
And so
working on the energetic, and that will take care of itself.
Right. So you won't have the scarring, that the sclerosis would bring, right?
Yeah.
Right. And the pain that would be associated with that in terms of ligaments and tendons and joints and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want you to think in that direction. I want you to think about, I'm going to allow the divine into my life. I'm going to trust and have faith, not just about this, but everything, because those are your true parents.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right.
I did set up a session with you a few months from now. So I'll look forward to that.
Oh, I can't wait. Thank you so much. And we're sending
welcome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Yeah, thanks very much, Danielle, for signing up and for calling in from the Bay Area. Super, super happy.
I know. There's, I gave a talk a couple times. There's an East-West bookshop like we have in Seattle. Well, actually, we don't have it. We kind of have it. It's an online store now, right? Which is lovely because actually we're going to be interviewing Christine Northrup on April 1st because East West Bookshop reached out to us and said, would you interview her?
Sweet.
And she wrote a new book about energy and vampires. I can't wait to hear a physician's take on energy and vampires.
Sounds awesome.
I love Christine because she actually even wrote a lovely blurb on my book. It's at the top. It's very kind of her. So we'll be talking to her. So East West is still here, but there's one in Mountain View, which is really cute little town about an hour and a half outside of San Francisco. It's darling. And I brought my youngest at the time. I think she was in law school at the time. And I gave a talk and taught a class. I was there for a weekend. And so we drove into San Francisco because she picked out this lovely Italian restaurant. I was very underdressed for the event, but because I think San Franciscoites like to, I think they like to dress up a little bit.
But they knew you were coming in, so they're like, she can wear whatever she wants.
Nobody knew I was coming. Yeah. But at any rate, that was the last time I was in the Bay Area. It's really lovely. Cool. Okay, who are we talking to now?
We'll take Heather calling in from the Bothell area. Hi, Heather. Heather, let me get it out there. Heather. There we go.
Hi, Heather.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. I know you, don't I?
Yes, you do, and I haven't called in for like a couple years.
Oh, my gosh. What can I do for you today?
Actually, I don't even know. I just saw on Instagram your show was starting, and then I was like, I should try to see if I can get in. And so I was like, maybe I'll see if she has anything to say. And it feels weird because typically I don't feel very nervous, but I feel a little bit nervous. But I also feel like I've been doing pretty well.
Oh, you have been. You've been doing great. And so how have the last couple of years been for you?
Oh, gosh. Well, I got divorced.
Right.
And it was just
a challenge.
Terrible. Terrible.
Really? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. It was a really hard thing to go through. But I got a really good job.
Oh, yes.
And so I've been, building my career. And it's challenging, but
you like it?
It's going good.
Yes.
I
think
do.
It's great.
I love it. But I just want to be more successful at it, to be honest.
Okay. So do you mean successful at because I don't know what your job is exactly. So you mean successful like attracting more customers or making more money or both? Where do you want the success?
So I'm in sales.
So customers.
And I lead a sales team. And they didn't train me very well.
Well, that's because they thought you were so great. They just threw you into the deep end as soon as they hired you.
Yeah, which I've done okay.
You've done great.
Yeah, I have a new boss who's really training me, which is really great. And I want this year, I want to just be successful. I honestly don't even care about the money or the clients. I want my name to be on the top of the board.
Oh, I love that. I love desires. I think they're so cool. So, and we were talking about this. I was doing a psychic coaching program last night, and I had everyone break out into little groups, 2 people, and we were talking about manifesting. And I had them practice feeling what they want as if it's already happened. So if you're at the top of the list, you are the number 1 sales team leader in the company, how would you feel?
Seriously, like $1 million.
Great.
You know what it is? It's that I have like a little seed of doubt. I think that I can actually do. I have I know I can do it, but there's still this little seed of doubt. And so I almost want to prove it to myself.
Right. But I agree with everything you said. And I'm going to explain this again because I didn't do it thoroughly. And to manifest, and this is for everyone, regardless of what we're wanting to manifest, we have to feel the feelings that we would have when this thing is created. So you have to catch yourself, maybe do it 2 or 3 times a day and just be in that, oh my gosh, if this has happened, this is how I would feel. And you might want to take, a couple of minutes and write down like a scenario of what you would feel and what would be going on in your life so you can step into that vibration. So if you step into that daily in a very short period of time, you will have received your desire.
Okay, that's good because, I have been doing that a little bit. I'm like, if this big deal came in, then I could call my boss and my solutions consultant, and this is how we could tell them, and it would be so fun and all this kind of stuff. So I'll just keep doing that.
Well, yes, but you use the word then. So you're going to oh my gosh, I called my boss yesterday, and I called this other person the next day. You have to be as if it already happened.
Perfect.
Okay.
Got it.
Good. Okay, great.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling in. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, thanks, Heather, for checking back in a couple years later. Hopefully we'll hear from her before that.
Yeah, of course. But the great thing is she's doing so great. She's so happy. Things are moving forward in her life that she didn't feel the need to call in. So that's lovely.
Super amazing.
Yeah.
877-825-8828 is the number for the Marie Manuchehri Show. It's our first break of the hour right now, so we'll take that and we'll be right back with more from Marie.
And welcome back to the Marie Manuchehri Show. Great music, Vinny. I love it. So we're taking calls today.
We are. We're doing very well on the lines. Keep them coming. Just got to keep trying. I mean, You're just so popular. You're so good.
Oh, well.
And you're so good. I mean, really, you're here for a reason.
Well, it's a joy, and I'm happy to do it.
877-825-8828 is the number for the Marie Manuchehri Show. Robin from the Illinois area. Hi, Robin.
Hi. How are you?
We're great. Thank you, Robin. What can I do for you today?
Well, I just wanted to say first that I had a session with you in December, and I feel like I think about it every day.
Oh, that's so kind of you to say.
Yeah, it was very helpful and insightful. It was like some of the things you said were shocking to me.
like what? What did I say? Because I won't remember. I don't know if everybody knows this, but after I have a session, it literally just gets erased from my brain. That's why I record all of them, because, in the beginning of my career, people would, call the office and say, what did she say about my root chakra? And I would have no memory of it. So what did I say that was shocking?
Well, you said something about one of my family members.
Oh, uh-oh.
But you said it, and it wasn't even someone that I was asking about. It was sort of like I mentioned it, and you said this, like, well, this is what's going on. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's what I've always thought but never shared with anyone.
Wow.
But I thought, it's just me, and it was so validating.
So, I was going to say, you got validated. You had this hunch that was actually intuitive, correct awareness of something going on in your family, which, one of the things I love about getting validated for things that you've known is that you then follow the recommendation more consistently based on what you knew about that person, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, it was like one of those things, it's everyone else in the family doesn't see it except for my husband. He's like, oh, yeah. He's like, no, you're not crazy.
Oh, what a great hubby. What a great husband. Obviously very supportive, and you guys are aligned so well. That's amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank goodness. I've told him, like, you rescued me
because
it's my family that I grew up in.
Right.
So I have been working on just trying to stay in alignment and keep people in my life, but just set boundaries that work.
Of course.
And like just the idea of like you have to earn the right to get to know me. And
I like that. That's a great one. I think that's a beautiful way to look at it. Like you're keeping people in your life, right? Like, but you're maybe not going to spend as much time with them that you used to. You're not going to check on them as often as you used to because it's not healthy for you, which also means it's not healthy for them. Because there are people, Biddy and I were talking about this a little bit off the air, but there are people in the world that we do need to set boundaries with because they need the boundaries. They need them. Mm-hmm. And we need to learn to set them for us. Like we need to learn to stand up for ourselves. Some people really need that in their lives. And if that person is you, then that means the person that you're reluctant to set boundaries with needs the boundaries. They're not going to grow or change as rapidly as they could if we just continue to give them get out of jail free cards. They're just not going to. It's not in their benefit. Right?
Right. Well, and I think the thing that I'm struggling with now, I feel like I'm moving in a good direction.
Yeah.
And you mentioned your dog, and then you mentioned tulips, and I was just like, tulips.
Yay!
And we're getting a puppy on Saturday.
Oh, what kind of a dog?
A golden retriever.
Oh, cute. You can't go wrong with that breed, right? They are the best.
I know. I've always wanted one. So I am my issue is I keep talking to my husband about this, and I'm like, I'm going to call you and see what you have to say.
We might say the same thing. You never know.
Well, so my issue is I feel like I'm doing a good job of moving forward, but whenever I get like group texts or things from these people, it's like, okay, I'm just working on that not throwing me off.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, I'm like, oh my gosh, every time I get a text, it's like, oh, like there's mind games and I just kind of see through the stuff. I'm like, they're digging for information. How do you maintain contact but not let it ruin your day?
Yeah. Well, first of all, don't read that text until you're in a good space to do so. Even if it's 2 days later, don't.
Okay.
Because why throw some rocks in your beautiful, flowing, amazing day. Just, you don't have to read it or answer them. It's not going to make a difference because they're just going to do whatever they want anyway, right? So I would just go, yeah, that's pushing all my buttons right now. I'm not going to read that right now. I'm going to wait till after dinner. Maybe I'll read it tomorrow. And I think what will be fun is they're going to feel your lack of interest because they love drama, right? There's a drama connection to this group of people. So if you pull away from the drama, they're not going to be as interested in you. And they're not going to understand this on a conscious level. They're just going to start to back away from you because they're not going to get what they need from you. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I feel like because I don't like drama, and I definitely seem like it seems like there's a lot of drama always.
A ton of drama, and it's not going to matter if you read it or not. They're not going to change. You're not going to like the choices they make. So it's just a waste of your time. I would just, if you don't feel like reading any of them, I wouldn't even read them. If they really want to get a hold of you and they have a serious problem, they can call you. But I just I would not engage personally. I just would not.
Yeah. I agree with you, and I don't feel like it's going to change. I feel like I've been waiting for it to change my whole life.
Right.
I'm like, I don't think this is happening.
Right.
And I keep saying to myself, let go. Just let go.
Yeah, just let go. And I think you're doing a great job, and you are progressively moving through this, and I think it's wonderful.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
So thank you so much.
You're
I have
welcome.
another session with you scheduled, so I'm excited.
Oh, I can't wait till we check in and see how things are going.
Yes, thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much for all your help.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Yeah, thanks, Robin, from calling in from the Illinois area.
Yes, I love Chicago. Mm-hmm. Fun town.
Didn't we talk about what's the best pizza? Was it Chicago style? Because that's usually what
I don't remember eating pizza there when I was there, but their restaurants, amazing food. Just amazing food. And shopping on Michigan Avenue. I mean, oh my gosh, amazing.
Sounds awesome.
Yes.
877-825-8828 is the number for the Marie Manuchehri Show. If you're just tuning in, we're about at the halfway point, so get in while you can. We'll take now Miva calling in from the North Carolina area. Hi, Miva. Welcome to the show.
Hi, guys. Thank you
Miva.
so much.
I love your name. That's really pretty.
Thank you. It was my great-grandmother's name.
Oh, I love these older names that we've never heard
back.
before, but are just beautiful. It's really pretty. So what can I do for you? You're welcome.
Well, I'm really, gosh, I've been wanting to ask you forever. I'm curious
Is this your first time calling in?
No.
But that's okay.
Oh, yeah, it's perfectly fine. When you called in before, was it helpful?
Absolutely.
Right.
One time I called in about my daughter and you told me she was a medium. I was like, what? That's really cool.
Yeah. How does she feel about that information?
Oh, she loves it. I mean, it validated everything she said to me. She's like crazy. And she sees movies in her mind. I'm like, no, Marie said that's normal. So.
Yeah.
Perfectly normal.
We're so happy that was helpful. So what can I do for you today?
Well, I'm just really curious about my spirit guide or guides. I wondered how many I had. Somebody told me I didn't have one. I just
that is. I have not met a human being who doesn't have spirit guides. I've only met one person who only has one. Most people have like three. Is like the 2 or 3. Is like the very minimum. You have so many spirit guides.
Really?
You have 22. So.
Wow.
That's a master number. So maybe this person thought, oh, wow, there's so many. Those must be angels. Who knows what that person thought? And everyone has their own perception, right? I mean, right. But you have 22 spirit guides.
Wow.
And they are very busy spirit guides. Like my spirit guides kind of just chill, kind of float around. I mean, I don't really see a lot of activity. In fact, when I see one of them, I'm like, uh-oh, did I do something wrong? Which they would never communicate in that way anyway. They don't criticize. But you have 22. It's a master number, which means that you have a lot going on with you in a very good and profound way. Like you are, it's not surprising that you have a daughter who's a medium because you're the type of person who could hold that space for her and encourage her. And you have to read up on 22. I don't know all of the things that have been written by it.
Oh my gosh, that is so helpful. Thank you.
Your primary guide is a male.
Oh, really?
Kind of younger, probably in his 30s. They always show me, most spirit guides to me look like humans because I love humans. And so that's how it's.
I love humans too.
You do too.
That's why we're nice.
Yeah. So the universe shows you images based on your comfort zone and what makes you happy and, things of that nature.
Okay. I get a lot of songs from them, I feel like.
Oh, you're right. They play music, which I've never seen before. I've never seen guides holding instruments, serenading their person, but they serenade you, literally. They love you. They love you. But, and this bet is not, it's not a bad thing. They're really, really, really active right now. So do you meditate?
I do.
Okay.
I'm not great at it.
That's okay.
You don't have to be like superb at it. It's just taking the time for it, right?
Yeah, I definitely take the time. I'm not a pro.
So why don't you do this? Why don't you do some Qigong and make that your meditation? Because your guides are active. That means you're an active person too, or it's hard for you to sit. So do Qigong and make that your meditation, because there's stuff they really want to work with you now. Like this is an important time in your life. Something valuable, a lot of valuable things want to come across the radio airwaves from the multisensory world. So do some Qigong for like 15, 20 minutes. If you want to, it could even be 10 minutes, and let that be your meditation. And then I think you'll be able to have, feel a confident connection to your 21 lovely spirit guides who serenade you. I mean, oh my gosh. How lovely is that? Okay.
Wow, that's so amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You guys have a great day.
Thank you.
You do the same. Appreciate for you calling in. 877-825-8828.
And that was North Carolina?
Yes, that was Neva. Yeah.
Oh, right. Neva from North Carolina. Yeah. North Carolina is gorgeous too. One of the great things about my job is when you write a book and then bookstores like you get invited. And that's really why I've traveled as much as I have, is because of work. Right. So I better write another book. And when the bookstores open, then maybe I can travel around a bit.
Yeah, it's hard to be that good and then be uninvited. I mean, you have to you can't stop the train.
Yeah, that's very cute.
877-825-8828. We'll now take Dessa calling in from Dallas, Texas. Hi, Dessa.
Hello. How is everyone? Good morning.
Good morning. We are lovely. Thank you. How's Dallas?
Dallas is nice and sunny. Yeah, it's like springtime.
I know. This is like the perfect time right now in Texas, right?
It's so nice. It's not too hot.
Not too hot.
Just perfect.
And we hope everything was okay for you and your family regarding the recent, freezing
power
temperatures.
Grid loss.
Yes.
Yeah, and all that.
We were very blessed indeed.
Oh, good.
Super fortunate.
Great. We're happy to hear that. So what can I do for you today?
Yeah. Well, my sister loves your show, and she suggested that I call in. She's a huge fan.
You're a first-time caller then?
I am a first-time caller, yes.
Right.
And you have an amazing sister, too.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I'm having problems with my ankle and my feet. It's really hurting.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering if you could give me some insight as to what could be going on.
Yeah. Several things, actually. I drew out your energy, although I wouldn't know that you were having ankle and feet issues because of the way the energy's moving. But as soon as you mentioned it, I can move into it, and I know the reasons why. So the good thing is, because the energy is still moving up your root chakra, it means like this is not anything horrible. First of all, from an energetic perspective, anything to do with ankles or wrists is about not allowing the universe to help you. And you know how you are. You don't let people help you. Agreed?
That is true.
Yeah. So that's got to stop. That has to stop. You need to the next time someone says, hey, can I do this for you? Or I'd like to do this for you. Your word is going to be, yes, thank you. That would be so nice. I want you to start to receive and let people help you. And then what I would really love for you to do is take some herbs to detoxify your liver. I think your liver is congested, and no, you don't. I mean, you could go to a naturopath if you wanted to, or an herbalist, because I want you to take herbs. So there's like Thorne's a really great supplement company. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm still a registered nurse.
I'm sorry, what's it called?
Thorne, Thorne, I believe is how you spell Thorne. There's other great companies too, but that's one off top of my head. And they used to only sell their supplements to health practitioners, but now you can even order stuff on Amazon. So maybe look for their herbs for liver cleanse. I also love Mary Ruth's herbs. She does a lot of liquid herbs, and she has a great like adrenal program and like a liver cleanse. So I want you to get into some herbs, and I'm going to say two things now. Feed your adrenals and cleanse your liver. when people get toxic in their liver, they get joint pain. It's a common sign. They can also get digestive issues. They can feel tired and worn out. And it's not like because I'm seeing you consuming huge amounts of alcohol. I mean, moderate, mild,
Yes.
But I mean, like I'm not seeing huge, but mild to moderate amounts of alcohol compared to what I drink. Like I can't remember the last time I had a drink. I mean, like that means it's over a month since I've had. Oh. And when I do drink, I have one or half of one. My oldest daughter is exactly the same way. We just don't like it. I don't know. I like champagne. That's my favorite, actually. So at any rate, or Prosecco or something like that. So does that sound good? You could go see a naturopath or an herbologist or find an herbalist in your area. There's I don't know what it's like in Texas, but we have them here located in the Seattle area, or an acupuncturist. They study Chinese medicine and they know a lot about herbs too. Okay?
Okay.
And you're going to feel better.
Wonderful. So you think it's just a liver issue, not like a spirit guide, ancestral?
No, but I do think no, but what I do think energetically, so there's always an energetic reason when someone has a physical issue or any issue in their life. Physical, emotional, spiritual, there's always energetic. And what I said first is you have to let people to help you. That's wearing down your ankles. And it's your ankles are actually the worst. And then what happens, the ligaments get so tight that it starts to pull down through your feet. And that's why your feet are bothering you too. So if you could let people help you, that would be really nice. Practice. Yes, thank you. Yes.
Do my best.
And you live in Texas where people try to help everyone all the time. Like they're really nice.
That is true.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much,
You're welcome.
Maria. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a beautiful day. Tell your sister we said hi.
Yeah. Thanks, Dessa, for joining us from the Dallas, Texas area.
You know what I love about flying to the South?
Mm-hmm.
I never have to put my carry-on luggage into the overhead container.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
I never have to take it down either. Even if there's a gentleman 10 seats away from me, they will run up to wherever you are, and any woman on the plane actually, and lift your luggage for you and put it into the compartment. And then before the plane lands, they're like saying, I'll get it for you, and then they run up. Every single time I fly to the South, it's like that. That does not happen in West Coast flights. At least for me, it does not. Just saying.
Chivalry is not dead.
Yeah, it's not dead in the South.
The Seattle freeze does live.
Right.
Which we should warm things up a little bit. For us in the West Coast.
I mean, it is good exercise to move that luggage up to that carry-on, but it is really nice when you've dragged it through an entire airport and you've shimmied it down, the walkway in the airplane, and then you have to do it quick because you got a line behind you, and you
got everyone asking you too.
Well, only on the South.
All right.
Only in the South.
877-825-8828 is the number for the Marie Manuchehri Show. It's our last break, unfortunately, of this hour, but it's really short. We'll be right back with more from Marie.
Great music. You said it was Maggie Rogers?
Maggie Rogers, yes. She's kind of an artist that blew up in the last few years. She was featured on... I didn't have time to look it up, but basically, Pharrell Williams, who is from NERD and did the Happy song, he's very popular,
right? Of course, yes.
Producer, stumbled across her. He actually was invited to this New York, I believe, studio class, and there's a YouTube video of it, and she was one of the finalists, I guess, in her class that did a really good job on her project or presentation. So he was a guest that sat in on the song and the production of it, or the final producing, the mixing of it, and he was blown away.
He loved it.
You can see this expression on his face is like, holy cow, this girl's got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's lovely.
But she has no clue. Like, I think when she went back,
her eyes were closed, right?
She was totally immersed in the song like she is when she created it. And it's the sound, it's the technique. And so I stumbled across that video, I believe it was 2 years ago. I'm looking at the date for when I pulled the song in. But that was Dog Years. She's got another cut that's called Alaska. Alaska was the one that was featured on that show. Light On is another good one. And then Give Me a Little. And I know Courtney was bobbing her head too in the other room because she loves it.
Yes. And it sounds like music Courtney would like.
And Maggie has also graced our presence in the Seattle area a few years ago, I think, for Bumbershoot too.
Oh, cool.
And hopefully, when things start opening up, when things start opening up, she'll return. It'd be good to have her. Okay, let's do Amanda calling in from the Colorado area. Hi, Amanda.
Hi,
Amanda.
Hello. I love that song. I listen to that all the time.
Great.
Oh, wow. I'm going to, too. I'm going to,
so
too.
Great. Yeah, I'm so glad she's getting more airplay because she's so fabulous. I love Pharrell, too. And I love both of you. I'm so glad to connect with you. I'm, like, shaking. I'm vibrating. I'm so excited.
Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe.
I just love you both so much.
Thank you. We appreciate
you've been
that.
such a part of my journey, Marie. And I feel like I always get to connect with you when I'm like right on a huge precipice like I am right now.
Oh, really? What's going on?
Well, I feel like there's just an opportunity here to really bring into physical form what I've been working on internally for some time, and that big opportunities and big choices and a lot of course, fear coming up, which I know that's where I need to head,
Well,
but I also feel like my process has been around surrender, and there's this, wanting to surrender, but also find my yang, and not just, and I think you probably see what I'm talking about. So I'm really just wanting to come from that strength of knowing, that love and not fear, and not get caught up in that.
Well, what I tell my psychic coaching students is that fear is a lie. It's always a lie. It's not real. The universe never communicates through fear. And if you could tell yourself every time you get that, you go, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. Because that actually works. The coaching students have been working on that, and we talked about it last night, and they were saying that has really helped them to stay in alignment and make those fabulous choices now that they know that the universe would never communicate through fear, mean banter, criticism. That's the ego. I believe that the ego and fear are synonymous, right? They're the same thing. And so if you could just tell yourself, well, that's a lie. So that means the opposite is true. The opposite is true.
God, Marie, I love you. I feel my whole nervous system relaxing as you're talking. And I've been trying, but it's like the overwhelm. It's like a tsunami at times. Or I see it. And,
well, I think you're also excited. You're excited. And so, of course, your energy is getting built up, and then you don't want to be disappointed again or whatnot. And then your ego gets involved, and then you get scared. So I love what you just talked about the autonomic system, because there's two branches. There's the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. And the parasympathetic is where your wisdom is. It's where you're calm. Your adrenal glands are not firing epinephrine or norepinephrine because you really don't need to be running. There's no one chasing you. The sky is not falling, right? And so
it's crazy.
So when you ignore the sympathetic aspect, which is all those things that I just spoke about, when you are terrified, because the sympathetic system is there to help you when you do need to run, when you do need to scream your head off, and physiological things happen. And I'm bringing this up so that you'll be more encouraged to ignore that fearful sound. Blood will leave the digestive system and move to large muscles so that you can run or fight.
Right.
Right? The fight or flight response. And so that's not really great. You can't absorb nutrients. We don't always eat the best food when we don't have a lot of blood going into our digestive system, right? And then even the cortisol will work to keep you from moving into starvation. So it like freezes, your body, and right. So you really want to back away from those feelings, not only because it's not healthy for you mentally and emotionally, but physically, it's hard on the body.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right. So I want you to, when you back away from the fear, you go, but that's a lie. That's a lie. That means the opposite is true. The opposite is true. I do this whenever that happens to me. I always have.
I love it. I love it.
And then I want you to be kind to yourself. I want you to go, I love you, honey. You're an amazing person, and I'm so proud of you. I want you to be very nurturing and kind to yourself.
Thank you. I love that. I love you so much. You guys are
We
so
love
awesome.
you too.
Does this look like good timing for me to just move forward?
Oh, yeah. It's already happening. I want you to relax in it. And don't share your fears with other people. Don't talk about it in a negative way. In fact, I wouldn't share a lot of what's going on. One of the coaching students said something so brilliant yesterday on the call or the video, because we do live video, is she said, wait till your dreams are like a roaring fire, like it's really happening. And then you tell the people in your life so that they can throw wood into it, happily excited to watch your dream unfold. She said it even more beautifully than I just did. But yeah, when you're developing something, you don't really want to tell a lot of people, because even people who love you can become envious or somehow uncomfortable with something great that's happening in your life, even though they love you. It has nothing to do with you. It just is their own buttons. And we're sensitive in the beginning of a manifesting. We don't always trust what's going on. So I would keep it on the down low and
that's good advice. Yeah.
Just love yourself and remind yourself that the fear is a lie. Okay?
Oh, thank you so much, Marie.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it. And so it sounds like collapsing in this case and just surrendering and doing non-action is not the way to go.
No, I don't think so. Right now, no.
All around. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're
Again,
welcome.
So much love to both of you. I'm so glad you're both on the planet.
Oh, that's extremely kind. Yeah. Have a beautiful day.
We're glad you're on the planet too.
We are.
Yeah.
We are. That's
Love
true.
That. Calling in, that was Amanda from the Colorado area.
Lovely.
So we'll travel actually back up here locally. We'll take Raven now calling in from Seattle. Hi, Raven.
Yay. Hello, Marie. Hi, Benny.
Hi.
Hi, Raven. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
Good. Is this your first time calling in?
No, it's actually not my first time calling in.
And was it helpful in the past?
Yes, very helpful.
Good. I always like to check in, make sure that what is being offered is working.
Yeah.
Good. So what can I do for you?
Yeah, I was wondering if, I would like a general reading, but I was wondering in particular hormonally how I'm doing.
Well, it wouldn't be my first movement. Your hormones would not be my first movement, but I did see something kind of curious when I drew out your energy just now. I'm just going to hold it up to because I always forget we have this. I mean, I know we have a camera, but I forget it's on YouTube and, whatever is going on, but
whatever, wherever.
Yeah. So you have a leak in your heart chakra. I don't think this is something that you have. I don't think it's chronic. I mean, maybe if you're under a similar circumstance, it might be a pattern that you repeat, but not often. But it's a fairly fresh leak. So do you have go ahead.
Yeah. That might lead into a question I have. I think I might know what it has to do with.
All right.
Sorry, yeah.
Okay, so hormonal is not where I would go to, although, the heart chakra governs breast tissue and there are hormones in our breasts, right? There's production of hormones going on that's affecting our breast tissue. And then you have the heart muscle and the lungs. Interesting enough, you're more releasing energy from the front of the vortex, which isn't where I typically see a leak of energy. It's the back. You are doing a great job of receiving, and that's really important because that's the highest receptivity center in the physical body. So this has to do about you and sharing and feeling comfortable to share. Did you have something happen where you felt betrayed or you felt someone lied to you, or?
Well, I would say physically, I'm actually just in the past day or two, I have felt a lot of chest tightness.
Interesting.
And sort of like heart palpitations, which is interesting. Well, I am living with 4 other roommates right now. We're all students, and I would say there is just sometimes a lot of drama, particularly during the pandemic.
And you're living with people in your age group, right?
Yes.
But here's the deal. Your chronological age does not match who you are. You're so much older. You know what I mean? Like, you need to be living with 50-year-olds, because you're more aware and conscious, and you cannot live with people in your chronological age group. It's going to drive you bananas. So that must be what this leak is about, because there might be a little bit of betrayal. Like, guys, why aren't we relaxing? Why are you drinking so much? Or why is that person over here? Or I don't, I'm just, assuming, that these things are happening. You have to go live with old people. And we're not really old, because I'm almost done with my 50s, actually. But that is really your age group, because you are that aware and conscious and calm and relaxed. And people kind of relax in their 50s, usually.
Yeah, that feels great to me.
So go get an older roommate. And, an older roommate might be, we love to have this young energy around. Hey, I'll pay for more rent than you do because I have the resources. And you just come in and smile and shine. And I will love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I think you need to move out of the place when you're ready. You don't have to do it right now. But I would look for different roommates. So that means ignore them. Don't try to connect with them, because it's not going to work. You're not in the same zone as them. And that they're not in a bad zone. They're in their zone for their chronological age, but you're a much older soul. So you should be hanging out with people 20 to 30 years older than you. Okay?
Okay. Is there time for a really quick question?
We have 1 minute. It's got to be super fast.
Okay. Actually, speaking of my roommates, that one of their father just passed away, and I was wondering if there's any messages I can pass on to her.
And he just died, right?
He just died.
Yeah. So typically it takes, it doesn't always take a lot of time, but it takes a little while for people to get situated when they leave their body before they talk to a medium. He, of course, wants this now, but I also don't really have time. What he says, and I can only hear he was kind of handsome too, by the way. And I don't think this was a planned circumstance, at least not on his part. But he says, please don't worry about me. Take care of yourself. I'm fine. So that's what I can hear from him. Okay?
Okay.
Perfect. All right.
Thank you,
You're welcome. Have a beautiful day.
Thanks, Raven, for calling in.
And I hope she gets new roommates soon.
Right?
Yeah. Everyone, thank you for listening, calling into the show. Thank you for your love. We all appreciate it here on the Marie Manuchehri Show. We wish you joyful blessings. Bye-bye for now.